Hello, everybody. Um, Late when I'm recording this. There hasn't been a lab video in quite some time, and I wanted to explain where we've been and what's been happening. Um, they left. My friends, they left me. I don't have any friends anymore. Josh and Lucas, they guess they felt like they had better avenues elsewhere. And it's been a long process of grieving. But I figure that I owe the fans this video. They didn't want to come on. Josh blocked me. His messages turned green. All I have is I wish. I wish. I wish we were friends. But they started their own podcast company. Um, that's that. Um, I'm making this video for myself mainly, and I want to. I wrote down a couple things that I just want to talk about my memories with them. I feel like that would do me some good, and it might leave everybody off with a little bit of a happier ending for our fans because we've gone cold. I just want to share that out there that I am alone. My friends not here anymore. Um, they don't talk to me. I want to start off with first time Josh and Lucas and I watched Terrifier. It was I don't know if you guys know the movie Terrifier, but I'll put a picture right here. Um, it's such a brutal movie. I remember we were watching it, and there's a scene where Art was, doing his thing, and things were getting uh, detached from different areas, and Lucas and I were just disgusted at it. And we looked over, across the couch, and Josh was smiling, and Lucas and I looked at each other, and we're like, "We're gonna die." We thought Josh was about to cut us up into pieces, just like Art did. Um, but he didn't. He was just laughing at the movie, and we thought that he was insane. Um, and I remember Lucas and I just talking afterwards, like, man, what a funny guy. What a funny guy. He never really did explain why he was laughing, and we never really knew why. But I recall our first video that all three of us made, a Taco Bell taste test. We were trying something. I completely forgot what we were trying now. But it was a taste test. Oh, it was taste test of a bunch of different nuggets. It was a nuggets taste test. I remember Josh was driving, I was recording, and Lucas in the back. He this I don't know what it was, but it was something where you put it in your teeth and it's like a water spittle thing to get things stuck out of your teeth. And Josh and I were like, "Don't! Why are you bringing that?" Um, and we just hear the back, and he's cleaning his teeth out, um, and we're just trying to drive. We're driving to Taco Bell, and we're like, Lucas, you have to put that thing away whenever on camera because it's disgusting and gross. And this was in Josh's car, and Josh, he had dirt, like literal dirt on the ground. He had a plant growing out of his back seat. It's just like it's just really tough because now like when I like look at dirt or think about plants or I see something growing where it shouldn't be growing, I think about that plant growing in Josh's back seat. And I think of Lucas fitting all that gunk in between his teeth back into deep into his throat. Sometimes it would spit back out and land on the seat. And if you got close enough, you'd feel some spray. You'd be in the splash zone. It was really quite disgusting. That's the kind of things I remember. Um, I have this really funny story about when Josh and I went to Six Flags. Lucas wasn't with us, but we were having a good day. We decided to try out this ride called Sky Striker. Now it had been broken down the entire day, and eventually, boom, it starts going. Now it's a ride where you're up here and it's tilting back and forth, boom, 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 and you're flying in the air and you think you're gonna die. And Josh and I got on it, and we were scared. I was freaking out. I had to basically be dragged onto it, and I see Josh just. I look over at him, and he's smiling. He's having the best time of his life. And you know what? I would do that again just to see him smile. There was this point we were in the air, and we were going this way, and I closed my eyes, and I opened it, and I was upside down in the world. And I saw Lucas in my mind. And I thought about him. I thought about how good of our friendship is. And I looked over at Josh as we were rocketing right down to the ground, thinking we're about to die. He has his eyes closed. He's screaming. I just think about how much I love that man. His mustache blowing into the wind. Hair. This time he had big poofy hair. Just flailing about. I was almost crying. Just wanting to see Lucas one more time. Luckily we survived, and I think that Lucas gave me the strength to really get on that ride. Just like he gave me the strength to make this podcast. I was so nervous about this podcast with with both of them, but they really helped me with that. They really showed me that, hey, if I can do Sky Striker, I can do a podcast. Josh and I, eventually we teeter down, we stop, and we get off Sky Striker. We have no words. I think we were just happy to see each other. We were just happy to brush up against each other, feel a glimpse of each other's nails running along our hands. Just for a second, just for a little second. We get a whiff of some BO or a whiff of something that smells good from this person. And so we sat and we got chicken nuggets or chicken tenders. We were just quiet. We didn't say anything. We just sat. It's hard in the moment to realize that it's what you've always wanted. Maybe that's something that I need to work on, but I look back now, all I really want is to sit back down with Josh, have chicken tenders, and be thankful that I get to see Lucas again. And that leads me to my last thing that I really want to. My last little bit of closure, and that was the time we all shared a bed together. We were at Lucas and I rented the same house for a while. Josh came over, and it was bedtime, 9 p.m. We got in this bed, and it's similar to the bed shape. It's like a queen size bed. And we got in this bed, and we were like, should we do, one facing this way, one facing that way, one facing this way? And I'm like, no, I don't want no one's feet in my face. So we got in, one person was facing the left, other person facing out, other person facing the right. So there was no breathing whatsoever. Um, Remember we just fell asleep. It was the quickest I ever fallen asleep in my life. Um, it's just so peaceful. And I had dreams that I was floating. I'm sorry. I had dreams that I was floating on a cloud, on a wave. It was Josh. He was taking me. And Lucas was there, steering us along. Josh was holding me up. I woke up, and we were all. I was on the left. Lucas in the middle, Josh on the right. And I looked, and Josh and I were kissing his cheek, Lucas's cheek. We were right next to him. His toes, one of his right foot on over, hanging over my feet, his left foot hanging over Josh's. We were intertwined. It was freezing that night too. We didn't have heat in the house. It was freezing that night and just so warm. So warm. And I realized that that dream that I've constantly had of Josh carrying me on a wave. Sorry, I always used to tell him about that. Just find it so annoying. It was reality. We were sitting there on the bed together, all three of us, feet interlocked, breathing each other's air, feeling each other's warm breath. And now I don't get a text. I try. I don't think I'm editing this video. I've put in countless editing hours on the Lab podcast. And this is probably my last video I'm ever gonna make on any content, any type of thing ever. I want to feel angry at them, but I don't. I just miss those times. And I really miss it. Lucas and Josh, if you watch this, please come back.